Share my screen. Okay. Ready to go.
All right. Shall I start?
Yeah, ready to go.
Okay, welcome everybody. Very excited to have you all here for our prep information evening. We're very excited to welcome you to hear all about UJEB and all about what we can offer your children in prep. So we'll get started. On behalf of UJEB, I'd like to acknowledge the peoples of the Eastern Kulin Nation as traditional owners and custodians of the land in which we live, learn, work, and play, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. As an organisation championing young people, we recognise that education plays an important role in the continuation of the cultural and spiritual practices of our peoples and the continuity of our communities. I also wanted to just pause for a moment and all feel and think a special prayer for Israel at this time. We are thinking about all those people that have been hurt, and those people hopefully will have no more hurt and the situation will be resolved quickly. Throughout the presentation, feel free to pop your questions in the chat and we'll get to them later. My name is Itzik Stockman. I am the Executive Principal of UJEB. So it's my great privilege and pleasure to run this organization, which is very, very exciting, and to share what we do with you this evening. Yes. A little bit about UJEB to start off. I also needed to just explain that I also have another meeting that I need to be at. One of our board executive meetings is happening at the same time as this meeting was moved from last week. So after I do my bit, I will be jumping off. So please don't think I'm being rude. My very capable staff will handle the rest. But it was important for me to come and start off and meet you all this evening. So our mission is to support the community building strong and meaningful Jewish future by providing quality Jewish educational experiences to students in non-Jewish schools. And we use the word experience a lot. Education is part of the experience. Our programs embrace diversity, develop cultural and social connections, enable children to identify as proud and passionate Jews. That's what we are. I often get asked, what is UJEB? Is it Orthodox? Is it Reform? What is it? We are just Jewish. We represent our whole community, and our whole community is very diverse. 40% of the children in our community, this is an old figure, I would imagine that figure is higher now, are not at the Jewish schools. And so 40% of our community really are UJEB kids. UJEB is a registered non-for-profit, an affiliate of the JCCV Community Language School. It's the only Jewish organisation authorised by the Department of Education to deliver programs inside government schools. Again, we're an independent organisation and of course a child-safe organisation. We in the office do not run UJEB on our own. We are the paid professionals who run UJEB, but there is a board and that we have oversight from an elected board and subcommittees of Jewish professionals who volunteer to ensure that UJEB continues to deliver quality Jewish educational experiences. If you jump on our website, you can see our team, you can see our board members. There's a bio of each of them. We really do have some very, very strong oversight to make sure that we keep servicing the community in the best way we can. I wanted to give you a tiny little quick snapshot of what UJEB is, because UJEB is a lot more than prep. We are from prep to grade 6. There's a whole range of of programs that we run: the Hebrew Immersion Program, the Jewish Life Program, Dovrei Ivrit, which is our Hebrew Speakers Program, and B'nai Mitzvah programs, both Bar and Bat Mitzvah, and you'll hear more about these shortly. In the high school, we're also extremely active. We have our Year 7 to 9 program, UJEB Connect. We've got Glen Ira Hebrew, so there's a Hebrew language on offer at Glen Ira Secondary College that we support. We've got J Lunch, which is a program where our leaders come in to about 8 different schools, one lunchtime a week, to hang out with the Jewish kids and their friends, and really just give them a space to be Jewish in their schools. We've got camps that go all the way from grade 3 to year 12. In year 10 to 12, we've got Sabra, Hebrew language program, which is all about conversational Hebrew. Ketzev, our year 10 Israel trip, 5.5 weeks for year 10 students from Victoria, Western Australia, South Australia. Haven't found anybody from Tasmania, but we're still looking. And we all go to Israel together. We also run BBYO in Victoria and send kids on international conventions. And almost all of our madrachim in our high school program are all alumni of UJEB programs, which is very, very exciting. On the side, you'll see that we also have a project, Kulanu. That is our specialist program for children in our community at specialist schools. So we also run that in 4 schools and do a lot of advocacy and support work in that space as well. Tonight, we're going to do the Intro to Prep program. We've already had our Rosh Hashanah event. We are now on the second icon there, which is our prep info session. We will be having on Friday, the 27th of October, our open day at UJEB headquarters at Beth Weitzman. And that's your chance to come along with your preppy and let them experience our primary school programs. And you can also get to see them, get to speak to us, get to speak to the teachers and learn more about it. And then later in November, when you have made your decision, and if you did choose to send your kids to UJEB in 2024, there'll be a buddy program where we buddy our new preppies or our soon-to-be new preppies with some older students that have been in UJEB for several years. I'll introduce you to our team. We have, of course, Dr. Shlomi Chanukah, who is the Deputy Principal UJEB in charge of all of our curriculum and also our teacher and teacher development. We've got Dana Reef, who won't be joining us tonight. She unfortunately had a clash and couldn't make it when we changed the date. She's our Hebrew Immersion Program, our HIT manager. Vered Harel is here with us, and she'll be talking about our Dovrei Ivrit program, our Hebrew Speakers Program. We've got Or Cohen, who also can't be here. He's at the moment, I think, overseas.
Max.
He went earlier to Israel to get married. And so he unfortunately couldn't be with us today. And in his place, we've got our Jewish Life Program curriculum manager, who actually has been running our Jewish Life Program for several years, Louise Brewer, who will be leading you through our Jewish Life curriculum. I'm going to bid you guys farewell again. My apologies that I'm leaving in the middle, but I do have another UJEB meeting that I need to attend. So I'll leave you all. Thank you. I hope you enjoy this evening and speak to you soon.
Thank you, Itzik, and for everyone who joined us tonight. Well, as Deputy Principal and Head of Teaching and Learning at UJEB, I have the unique opportunity to shape the future of cultural learning. The foundations of our work lies in effective pedagogy. In the next minute or two, I look into 5 critical issues that underscore the importance of pedagogy in our mission. Pedagogy matters, dialogic teaching, students' experience, classroom culture, and assessment and feedback. Now, these issues are not isolated, but rather connected, creating a dynamic educational landscape. Pedagogy lies in the heart of our educational endeavor. It encompasses the strategies, methods, and approaches we employ to facilitate learning. Effective pedagogy is essential for fostering understanding, skill development, and the acquisition of language and cultural knowledge. When discussing pedagogy, and especially when it comes to preppies, it's necessary to framework our teaching approach. Now, dialogic teaching is an essential component of our pedagogical approach. It emphasizes open communication, effective engagement, and active learning through experience. Now, dialogical learning not only supports language acquisitions, but also fosters cultural understanding through meaningful discussions and interactions. This brings us to students' experiences. Now, student experiences is a central aspect of effective pedagogy. Students should be at the center of their learning journey, and by creating a positive and inclusive learning environment where students feel valued and respected, we create the right atmosphere for cultural learning to thrive. Now, within this context, classroom culture plays a key role. It sets the tone for how language and cultural celebrations are experienced. And nurturing an inclusive classroom culture encourages students to explore and embrace new languages and cultural traditions. Now, this takes us to the last aspect, assessment and feedback. Now, assessment and feedback are not merely evaluative tools, but also important to the learning process. They provide insights into students' progress and help tailor instructions. Our assessment eventually aligns with our pedagogical goals and the diverse nature of our cultural learning. Now, for those who are still with me, thank you, and I'm just about to conclude. Now, these 5 issues eventually are interconnected. Effective pedagogy influences classroom culture, which in turn affects the students' experiences. Dialogical teaching enhances cultural understanding, and the feedback loop ensures continual improvement. Our pedagogical choices, assessment methods, and the classroom environment together shape the quality and effectiveness of our cultural learning initiatives. Now, our teachers, team leaders, and managers give special attention to the way this aspect manifests in the learning of our students, and especially preppies, as we understand that the foundations of cultural learning is laid during these formative years. Rebecca, you can thank. When it comes to our primary ages, we have 4 primary, just a minute, we got lost here, 4 primary programs. Each program focuses on different aspects of our culture learning. We have the Hebrew Immersion Program, or the HIP, that is focusing on language acquisition. We have the Dovrei Ivrit program, which, as it sounds, is focusing on Hebrew speakers, students. We have Jewish Life, that is focusing on cultural aspects of Judaism, and Project Kulanu. Now, Itzik mentioned Project Kulanu beforehand, and Project Kulanu is a special program we run at specialist schools here across Victoria. Thank you. Now, let's move to the practical realm, welcoming our prep students. Now, what happens in term 1, 2024, after you chose to trust us with your children's Jewish education? First, in the first lessons and afterwards, if needed, we do pick your kids from classes and bring them to our classes. Please note that at some schools, prep commence in term 2 or attend 2 days a week instead of 3. Now, these decisions, as we state here, are made together with the schools and the parent committee that we have in each. Our selected teachers are experienced teachers, and eventually we offer a very tailored program that is special in the landscape of educational programs across Melbourne. We offer small size classes. We offer curriculum that is focusing on games and music and fun to enhance the learning experience of your children. When it comes to HIP, that is the Hebrew Immersion Program, learning Hebrew, preppies are focusing on letter recognition and language topics such as colors, body parts, seasons, show and tell, and so on. Lastly, we focus on activities that mark the festivals and Israeli holidays in both, again, Jewish life and the Hebrew Immersion Program. Becca? Thank you. Now, I'm not sure, is Dana here with us? No? Perfect. Unfortunately, Dana can't be with us today, so I'm going to fill in for her. So what guides us eventually, what guide our Hebrew Immersion Program? As Itzik mentioned, our Hebrew Immersion Program is the only accredited Hebrew language outside of Jewish day schools. We have 5 different pillars that create the foundation of our program. First, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Well, this is naturally the 4 skills, the 4 essential skills in language acquisition. But beyond that, we do offer 2 additional steps or 2 additional factors that brings together or creates a holistic environment where your children are immersed within a different sort of experience, not only academic-oriented experience. Israeli culture and Israeli and Jewish holidays, such as Yom Ha'atzmaut or Pesach. And when it comes to Israeli culture, I refer to Israeli songs and, of course, native Israeli teachers. When it comes to our HIP program, we have 3 team leaders and, of course, 1 HIP manager. Dana Arif is our HIP manager, or the Hebrew Immersion Program manager, and she's also the team leader at Gardenvale, CJC, and Carnegie. We have Sarah Sharit, who's in charge of the team leader at Caulfield South, and Eden Loya, who's in charge of our after-school team. All in all, we offer HIP in about 7 different schools, and including in online, we have online class. And just before we delve into the HIP curricular plan, I want to show you a short clip of what it is that we do. Again, we try to here not only focusing on our goals and curricular plans, but also give you just a peek on what it is that our children do. We're going to show you a short video clip. Now, this video clip was taken on last Rosh Hashanah, about a month ago. And here you see our preppies and up to year 3, if I'm not mistaken, at Caulfield South Primary. Now, they learned a Rosh Hashanah song, but additionally, they learn how to express Rosh Hashanah song with language, with the language sign. Rebecca, I can't hear you. I can't hear any sound. Not sure. Yeah, Rebecca, we can't hear.
Can't hear.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. Not sure how to hear my sound. Sorry.
have a short go, and if you can't, we'll continue. Basically, what the kids are doing here is singing Shana Tova. Rebecca, we can't hear.
It's okay.
Okay, so let's move on. Unfortunately, so basically, this is what we do when it comes to end of term and so on. And it's a very good representation of what I mean when I say that we teach Hebrew through games and songs, and we have a bit of Israeli culture and Jewish culture all manifests together and create this amazing assembly you just seen, but we couldn't hear. So, in what you see here is the Hebrew Immersion Program, and where we offer the Hebrew Immersion Program and when. When it comes to our HIP and our Jewish life, we offer a Jewish life and HIP in two different times, before and after school. Jewish life mostly once a week, and once a week from between 45 to an hour and a half. And HIP is also between one time an hour and a half to 3 times 45 minutes a lesson. Now, what's important here to mention is that while we do offer these programs separately or independently, that is, you can choose to have a Jewish life program at your school or a HIP program at your school. There are cases or instances where parents ask us to create a more tailored program for their children. And sometimes we do manage to do that. We're more than happy to start a discussion with you if you want a mixed program, maybe twice a 2 sessions of Hebrew and a session of Jewish life, maybe the opposite. So again, we're more than happy to accommodate your needs. Whenever we start a new program at a new school, and when we start a new year, we usually approach our parents and ask, should we continue the same way, or should we change a bit what we offer according to your needs? Rebecca, you can move forward. So, what is the Hebrew Immersion Program? Now, the HIP is Intensive Hebrew Language Program, which eventually focus on developing speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills. HIP graduates are armed with knowledge and skills to engage in further Hebrew language. Many of our graduates, and by graduates, I mean year sixers, many of our graduates continue to Jewish day schools where they manage to reach mainstream and sometimes advanced classes. Now, HIP celebrates Jewish festivals and eventually can engage with the wider school community to foster an appreciation of our culture. This is a big statement, and what we do in practical terms is, first, we do offer the school and the entire community of the school to engage in our celebrations. We do participate in the school assemblies, regular assemblies, where we present our culture, where we present our holidays, and more importantly, give our kids a sense of belonging, a sense of confidence to showcase their culture. Okay? Thank you. So now this is the Hebrew Immersion, again, the HIP program curricular plan. Now the curricular plan is also available on our website. Now here you can see we highlighted the REP curricular plan. The textbook we use is Lomdim Ivrit, which is an in-house development learning book. And you see here the topics we engage with: colors, season, body parts, numbers. At the right side of the table, you can see what we mean by learning language, by what we mean by language acquisition. As time goes by from prep to year 1 to year 2 and so on, you can see the advances on the progress our kids make in their language acquisition up to year 6, when they can, if they choose to, of course, go to Jewish day schools or can proceed with their Hebrew learning in different on different platforms. Okay, you can fast forward. Thank you. Becca, could you just stop here for a second? So we saw that in prep, what we do is focusing on letter recognition, a bit on vowels and so on. Let's have a look at, let's say, at year 4, we start to have a new curricular plan, which is called Granit, and we delve into Israel for Seasons and Home 1. Here, the vocabulary your children will learn is wide and deep, and it goes across many different topics, whether seasons and home and surroundings, whether they're neighbors and family, and so on. This is also the first year where your kids, again, if they will be doing or be part of our program since starting prep, will be reading the first advanced composition texts. They will be mastering the nikud or vowels. And the speaking will reach a different level. Rebecca? Thank you. Now, this is a showcase of the textbooks we use. And Rebecca here highlights Lomdim Ivrit. Lomdim Ivrit is our own in-house booklet. And looking at the textbooks from a professional point of view, I can share that there is a huge challenge when it comes to language acquisition, or especially Hebrew language acquisition, abroad, outside of Israel. The books that we do have, not with the books that are offered to preppies across the board internationally, we found them not to be sufficient when it comes to later years, when it comes to build a proper, sound, deep foundations for our students. We invested lots of efforts and resources by creating our own textbook. We called it Lomdim Ivrit. We have 5 different workbooks, and what we have is that your kids will receive a homework textbook that will stay at home while they learn from Lomdim Ivrit at their school. Every week, your kids will be giving a short homework exercise, and eventually towards the middle and the end of each term, they will return their homework textbook to class just for the teacher to have a look and to evaluate where they are. At the later years, we go beyond Lomdim Ivrit. We move to Otiyot Korot, which is reading letters and writing letters, the purple and the blue book. This is where your kids will learn the foundations of reading and writing in script and in print. Later on, starting year 3 and 4, we move to a different curricular plan called Granit Ivrit, which is a new curricular plan we brought to Australia and is adapted internationally, and is focusing on very strongly on speaking and reading. Becca? Now, again, our prep kids are learning the letter as well as focusing on learning language topics to help extend and expand the Hebrew vocabulary. Here you can read feedback from parents. And what I can tell you is that when it comes to UJEB, UJEB stands at the forefront of Jewish education at public schools. And the work we do is intensive, and our teachers understand the gravity and the importance of what we do. And it shows throughout their work. They invest lots of time and effort and care in the education of your children. And we, from our end, are always available for discussions, are always available to learn how we can accommodate the needs of your family and your children. Rebecca? I'm going to hand over the torch to Vered Harel. Vered is our Dovrei Ivrit manager. Dovrei Ivrit, again, is our special program for Hebrew language speakers. Vered?
Hi, Toda Shlomi. Thank you, Shlomi. And good evening, everyone. First of all, yeah, my name is Vered. And with your permission, I would like to move to Hebrew. But first of all, I want to know if there are anybody here that interested in דוברי עברית, שמדברים עברית. יש כאן מישהו בקהל? Is there anybody here that speaks Hebrew and would like to send their kids to the Hebrew speakers program? Probably not.
Maybe just worth just giving a quick intro of Dovrei Ivrit
Okay.
and speaking it in English, and then I guess swapping over to Hebrew at that point.
Not a problem. Not a problem. So as Shlomi mentioned, yes, this program is we're targeting basically those that speak Hebrew at home. So if you're a parent, even one parent can speak Hebrew and one speak English, but you speak Hebrew, one of you or both of you at home with your kids. So this program is for you. And we are focusing on speaking, and also we learning, we reading and we writing, and everything is in Hebrew, and we connect to Israel. So what we're focusing is only about Israel, and everything is in Hebrew. So it all starts when we realize that there is a need in the community for this kind of program, and not any other, there's no any other organization that's really offer that for Israelis or Hebrew speakers program for the kids in other schools rather than Jewish school. So we wanted to embrace that, and we wanted the kids to feel connect, and we just offer them this opportunity, especially these times, to feel belong to the community, and to encourage them to learn more about the Israeli culture, and about the values and Jewish culture, and Tikkun Olam, of course, and so on. Yeah, so this is basically, can you go forward? Yeah, so if you know anyone that speak Hebrew at home, so this is for them. So the main thing that we are focusing in this program are three main things, main topics. And the first one is Israeli culture. And what does it mean, Israeli culture? We learning about songs of the most important songwriters, and also stories that we all grew on, and like Jonathan Geffen. And we also speaking about Israeli food. For example, this term we are focusing with Israeli food, which is very exciting. The other topic that we are focusing is geography in Israel, and it means that we, for example, this term we're going to focus on Shvil Israel, which is like this long path from the north to the south, and we're going to focus in specific places in Israel. We'll learn about the main city, lots of cities in Israel, different cities, and so on. So and about the water and about a lot of other things that related to obviously to Israel. And Tikkun Olam, all about values and history and to have it social justice in this world. So that's basically it. So nice to meet you all. And again, please tell your friends to come and talk to me, and I'll let you know more details about it. And you also can find us in the website. So have a good evening. Laila tov. So that was part of the preppies that we have in the program. Hope you enjoyed the song.
Thank you for that, Vered. Now we are handing the torch to Louise Brewer. Now, Louise, for a long time, has been teaching and managing our Jewish Life curriculum and our Jewish Life program. Louise will guide you through what Jewish Life means and how we construct our program, what the goals and curricular plan is. Louise, are you here?
Yes.
Perfect.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. As Shlomi and Itzik said, I was the Jewish Life manager, and now I'm the Jewish Life curriculum manager, and I write all the curriculum for the Jewish Life program. And the curriculum is built around the Jewish calendar and the festivals, and builds knowledge and skills for participating in a Jewish life. We equip our learners with the tools needed to passionately participate in Jewish life by facilitating positive and inclusive Jewish learning and experiences. And the next slides will show you how we do that. This is our communal Pesach Seder that we have. We get all the schools together and all the schools learn all the songs, and we do actions and we invite the parents, and it's a very communal event and enjoyed by everybody from all the feedback that we get. It's a big part of our calendar of learning, the Pesach, one of the things that we do for Pesach. We actually work on 5 key learning areas, and we work on a 2-year curriculum. And so each term we do different topics on each of the 5 key learning areas, which is connection, which is feeling part of the chain of Jewish tradition. So we learn the Jewish calendar, we learn the symbols, we learn the 10 Commandments and Shabbat, we learn about synagogues. And when I say synagogue, we learn about all the synagogues. As we say, we're very inclusive. We learn about our community, where our families come from. For Chagim, of course, we do Purim and Pesach. Purim, we all dress up. We have a lot of fun. We have one day that is just 4 rotating areas, and we do all Purim activities. We make shlachbonos, and we make gregors, and we make mishloach manot to give to our friends. We do Pesach, and then we made a beautiful Pesach plate, and we also have the beautiful Seder. Shavuot and Lag BaOmer. The most enjoyable and the most talked about activity that we do is our Lag BaOmer fire. We don't have real fires. We have a pretend fire in each classroom. We toast marshmallows and we sing songs around the fire. And whenever we ask any students what is their favorite thing of the year, 95% of them says it's the marshmallows. We also do Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And again, we do crafts and artwork for each of those festivals, Sukkot and Hanukkah. And this year we're going to make beautiful latke plates for everyone to take home. So there's lots of art and craft associated with the Hagib. We also do Jewish values. We learn about community, hospitality, chesed and kindness, and tzedakah and charity. And we made our own charity boxes. We learned all about all the organizations around Victoria and Australia and in Israel to give money to. We learn about inviting guests into our home for Sukkot. We learn about the community and how we are all community. We have Bible stories and their connections. So we learned about this year Moshe, and we learned about leadership. We learned about Bible characters as role models. So we took different Bible characters, and some were passionate, some were obedient, some were dedicated. And so we learned through the Bible characters these characteristics. We learned about Adam and Eve. And this term we did female Bible heroines, and we're doing David and Goliath for bravery and courage. Of course, we also learn about Israel. So we do Yom Ha'atzmaut. We do the Israeli symbols, and we made a beautiful Hamza. And this term we're going to learn about innovations and famous Israelis and their contributions they have made to the world globally. So it's, as I said, it's a 2-year curriculum, and we have different levels. So of course we have the beginners, which is the preps. So everything is based at their level. And of course, as they get older, the work gets a little more difficult. We do worksheets, we do discussion, we do a lot of role play, we do a lot of games, and we have a lot of fun learning all those things. And there's a lot of participation from all the students. There are 5 key learning areas: learning Bible stories, doing things about learning about the Israeli flag, what languages they speak, what food they eat. Then 1 year we made macaroni Chanukiah. 1 year we made it with beautiful tiles. So each year we make Chanukiah, as well as other Jewish symbols. We have Jewish values, going into the synagogue, learning about the Torah, learning about the symbols in the synagogue. If your school's connected or near a synagogue, we often take them there for an excursion to show them the inside the synagogue, and connection to the community, which is very important. And starting in prep, we'll start their connections very early and making good connections to the community and the Jewish people in general. We run schools. We run for before schools and after schools. Some of our programs are actually with HIP. So there's 2 days of HIP and 1 day of Jewish life. And we're happy to do whatever your school or you suits you the best. We're happy to accommodate you of what you think is the best time for your students. If the school that you go is not there, we will speak to the school and try and get classes at that school. Otherwise, we have UJEB headquarters, where you can be from any school and you come to UJEB and do the same program at UJEB headquarters. And I also think now at Ormond, yes, Ormond, which is there, has also opened up their doors and let us come in, and students from other schools are more than welcome if you live in the Ormond area to join the Ormond community there as well. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I'm very happy to answer any of the questions that you have about the Jewish Life program. We are also starting, we used to do worksheets, just worksheets. Next year, we're starting with also booklets. So your children will get the whole term of booklets. It'll have introduction, it'll have worksheets, it'll have games in it. It'll have very small homework projects, which is normally just discussing something with the parents. They'll work through some of it in the class. If they're a 45-minute class, they can do some of it at home. If they're an hour class, they can do again more in class and take some home. Also, at the after school schools, we also do basic Hebrew for half an hour. So they won't obviously learn as much as they learn at HIP, but there is basic Hebrew, and we do use the same modified book that was produced for the preps in HIP. We've just modified it a little bit smaller for our students to also learn it. So they learn basic Hebrew, they learn vocabulary as well as part of the program at Jewish Life. It's just not as intense as the HIP program, but we do provide Hebrew as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Louise. Just before I'm finishing, I'd like to have just a brief chat about the Project Kulanu. Itzik mentioned Project Kulanu. Project Kulanu is the program we deliver in specialist schools. You can see some of the students and some of the activities we run at these schools. And as part of the culture and the requirements of the specific schools, our sessions are limited to 30 minutes. We have a weekly session of 30 minutes. And what it is that we do, we try to deliver a cultural sense of Judaism, a fun and engaged lesson that is focusing on music, that is focusing on dancing, that is focusing on storytelling. We see lots of passion when it comes to our specialist schools within our families and our students. Our students there waiting every week for our teacher to arrive. And the person who's running this session is Tal Spinard. You might have known him or heard of him. He's doing also advocacy for specialist schools and specialist kids, and when it comes to our community. And he's the manager of the Project Kulanu. You can read more about Project Kulanu on our website. Okay, you can move forward. Now, before we finish, a couple of words about the importance of parents' committees. We try to create a parents' committee in each of the schools we operate in. To our best experience, we engage better with the school when we have a group of parents who are sort of mediate between us and the school. And for last couple of years, we had parents' committees at different schools, and we saw the benefits it brought for our relationship with the school, and of course, the environment and the acceptance of school to our programs. We invite you, whether new parents or existing parents, to join our parents' committee. And upon your registration or enrollment, all you need to do is to approach your team leader, the person who's in charge of the program at your school, and they will direct you on how to be engaged with our parents committee. Our parents committee is a big word, and I know many of us are busy. I have 3 kids of my own, And when it comes to our parents committee, the demands are fairly basic. What we do ask is a meeting or two during a term where we are going to discuss the development of our programs, a bit of feedback from you as parents, and some insights from you on how we can do better. Again, UJEB was created 130 years ago, and one of its main tasks or goals is to be more engaged with our community. It's our long last mission to listen, to be receptive, and eventually accommodate your needs. We're flexible, we're dynamic, and our team is aware of the need to be more or listen more carefully to our community. Becca, again. So next steps, Becca, would you like to share with us?
Sure. Hi, I'm Rebecca. So yeah, the next steps, I'm sure some of you are still firstly not sure which school you have been accepted to. I know there's like a bit of a waiting time, or if you know already, fantastic. We offer a number of programs in a number of schools. So there's two options. Firstly, we really encourage you to come along to our open day, which will be on the 27th of October, in two and a half Friday, in just under next Fridays. It's going to be in UJEB HQ, and you'll get a chance to get a taste of the 3 programs that we offer for prep students in 2024. So if you are still deciding what program is suitable for you, this is a great opportunity to taste. If you do know what program you would like to attend, you can go ahead and enroll. It's up in iClass Pro, all ready to go if you did already know. So yeah, and I guess also our teachers are there at the open day if you have any questions. But if you aren't able to attend, please feel free to email our program managers. I'll email everyone with the recording as well as the contact details of each of the program managers, so that you can continue the conversation if you have any specific questions that we weren't able to cover in this information session. So as we said, we've already had our Rosh Hashanah event. I think it was in early September, so that was last month. Today we have the info session, and then we have the open day in a week and a half's time. And yeah, as we said, in November, once you've decided to enroll in UJEB, we will do our best to buddy you up with an existing student that's already in the school. So just helping your student get more comfortable and settled in the UJEB program when next year turns around, which will come around very quickly. Yeah, so I think that's everything. I'm going to open up the floor to everyone in the session. If you have any questions, you can either drop it in the chat, or better yet, just unmute yourself and just ask the question. So yeah, I'll just open it up. And yeah, thank you.
Rebecca, while we do wait,
Yeah.
I understand that we fixed the video.
Oh yeah, you want
sign
to?
language video. So while we do
Sure.
wait, we can also show the video.
We can definitely show the video. I'll just quickly slide back in time. 1 second.
So just a quick roundup. Yeah.
Oh, you want to give a quick intro? Okay, Shlomi, all yours.
Just a quick roundup. So just a quick roundup. This is a song. This is our prep is to year 4 at Caulfield South. And they learned a Rosh Hashanah song, and not only that they learned Rosh Hashanah song, they also learned Rosh Hashanah song in sign language. So, Becca?
Sure. Take it away.
Shana
Okay.
Other positive, yeah, Shana Tova. Are there any questions or any insights?
Hi, I've
yeah.
got a quick question. My name is Rebecca. Nice to meet you, and thanks for the very informative evening. Just wondering, we're enrolling in Gardenville next year and keen on doing the morning program. Just when we enroll, is it for both days automatically, or can you pick one day, or how does that work? And also, could you explain what the buddy program, how does that work? Thank you very much.
Rebecca, would you like to take it
Sure, I'm happy to take it.
Yeah.
So with enrolling for the HIP program at Gardenville, it is for 2 days. So Gardenville does have a third day that is online at the moment. And for preps, we only offer them face-to-face classes. So it's 2 mornings, and once you go into the enrollment software in iClass Pro, you'll see that it has like a number of days available as part of the package for HIP. So it's an automatically enrolled in the 2 days. Part of the buddy program is just a lot of the schools have a lot of other schools have a buddy program that just help students get a little bit more comfortable and confident in the new space. So we thought we'll implement it in the 2024 prep program. So for students who are enrolled, we will assign them to a student that's maybe a year or so older. So just to help them when they start the UJEB program in 2024, so that they can be acquainted and they know someone there.
Are the preps with any other year levels, or are they just by themselves next year?
Are you referring to specific school or generally?
Oh, sorry, Gardenville.
So yeah, Gardenville preppies are a separate group.
Great. Can I ask how many Gardenville preppies you've got this year?
This year we have about 10, if I'm not mistaken, 11 maybe.
So are all the year levels like at Gardenville, are they all just separate with the 8 a.m. start?
So we strive that we will have group for each year level. Sometimes it does work. We have found, however, that especially after COVID, the progress of students, especially in later ages, year 4, year 3, 4, and 5, sometimes less correlate with the year level. So when it's less correlate with the year level, we sometimes move students between different year levels. But this is also a conversation we have with our parents. Again, we're very flexible, and our way here is to support your needs. So if you, for example, say, Shlomi, look, my son is in year 5, but his level is maybe year 4 or less, we'll support your needs and, of course, accommodate him in year 5 if this is what you wish. We found that we need to have when we do want to have an effective curricular plan, we need to have a group of, let's say, 5 or 6 and more students a group. We strive to have a group by year level. Sometimes it works. Usually it does. When students join us starting prep, it does work for the vast majority of them. Right?
Thank you.
Any other questions? Just before we part ways, a quick reminder that when you join UJEB, it's not for a HIP or Jewish Life program. UJEB is a journey. And it starts in prep and finishes in year 12. We offer programs throughout the life course of a student, and we have the entire details set on our website. So you're more than welcome to browse and explore what we do offer in terms of programs, in terms of year levels. And if you have any question, if you have any insight, just feel free to email us, to give us a call, or even drop by our offices. Again, UJEB HQ is in Beth Weizmann. If we don't have any other questions, Rebecca, I think we can wrap
Thank you
up.
so much for everyone making time on a Monday night. I know it's not easy, especially with little kids, but we really appreciate you listening to our prep Garinim program, and we're really looking forward to seeing you on the 27th at our offices if you're able to come. And yeah, have a good night. Thanks for coming. Laila Tov.
Laila Tov, thank you.
Bye.